Let me ask you something. What if the one thing standing between you being broke and you becoming a millionaire in the next 12 months has absolutely nothing to do with money? I'm serious. Not your job, not your savings, not a single dollar. It comes down to just one skill that almost everybody misses. Stick with me, and you're going to know exactly what it is.
So if the number one thing holding you back from real wealth isn't a lack of cash, then what in the world is it? That's the big question, right? We're about to unpack the exact playbook that lets savvy investors lose every penny they have and then get it all back in a year, because they know the real secret isn't what's in your bank account, it's what's between your ears. Okay, first things first. Before we can build anything, we have to tear something down. And that's the single biggest myth that keeps people stuck. The idea that you need money to make money. It is the oldest excuse in the book, and honestly, it's the one that's costing you the most.
I mean, look at the proof. It's everywhere. Think about lottery winners. They get handed millions of dollars, right? But something like 70% of them end up broke in just a few years. Why? Because they got the cash, but they never built the skills. Now flip that. Take a seasoned millionaire, wipe them out completely, and I guarantee you they almost always build it all back. The money was never the point. It was just a way of keeping score for the skills they already had.
Focusing on the money you don't have it's like a football team staring at a 0-0 scoreboard before the game even kicks off. It's pointless. The game isn't won by looking at the score, it's won on the field, with the right plays, the right strategy. Wealth is exactly the same. The money is just the result of playing the game the right way.
So if it's not about the money, then what is it about? This is it. We're at the absolute core of everything now. This is the one skill that separates the people who build fortunes from nothing from everyone else who's just watching from the sidelines. This is the secret weapon. Picture this. You're driving down some back road and you pass a vacant 10-acre lot. What do you see? Well, for most people, it's just dirt, weeds. Maybe they picture one single house sitting there in the middle of it all. They see what's physically there right now, and that's it.
But a pro, someone who's trained their mind, they drive past that exact same piece of land and they see something totally different. They don't see dirt. They see a 100-home subdivision. They see a 200-unit apartment complex. They see a bustling industrial park. They see what that asset could become. All great deals start right here, in the imagination, by seeing a future that nobody else can.
And that skill has a name. It's called opportunity recognition. This is the whole ball game. It's the trained ability to look at a totally average, boring asset and immediately spot the hidden value, the hidden potential that everyone else is missing. The secret isn't finding perfect deals, because they don't exist. It's about finding average deals and knowing how to make them great.
Okay, this all sounds pretty cool in theory, right? But let's see how it actually works in the real world. Let's look at a concrete example. This case study with a simple billboard proves that opportunity recognition isn't just some feel-good mindset, it's a literal money-making machine. So here's how it breaks down. Step 1, find a totally average asset. In this case, a standard two-sided highway billboard. Most people drive by and see 2 ads. End of story. But step 2 is opportunity recognition. You don't see a sign. You see an underperforming media platform. Step 3 is the execution. You convert that old static board to digital. So instead of 2 ads, you now have 8 rotating ad slots on each side. That's 16 total. In step 4, you lock it in. You find high-value clients, in this case, casinos, and you get them to sign 5-year contracts for all 16 slots before you even flip the switch. That's 100% occupancy and guaranteed cash flow from day one. And the result? What was the payoff for applying that one skill to one boring asset? A net profit of $1 million in less than 3 years. That didn't come from having a pile of cash to start with. That came from seeing the potential that thousands of other people drove right past every single day.
Now, I know exactly what you're thinking. Yeah, but you need a ton of money to buy a billboard. And listen, this is the most important lesson of all. If you are out there struggling to raise money, it's probably not because you're a bad salesperson. It's because you have an average deal. When you show investors a deal like that billboard, where the math is a slam dunk and the upside is crystal clear, the money finds you. Great deals attract capital. It's the average deals that you have to sell hard.
All right, we've busted the myth, we've defined the skill, now let's make this real. Let's make it actionable. This isn't just theory. This is your 12-month blueprint to develop this exact skill and completely change your financial life, starting from absolute zero.
So here's your roadmap. For the first 3 months, your only job is to pick one lane and go deep. I don't care if it's duplexes, self-storage, whatever. Become the expert in that one thing.
Then, months 4 to 6, you hunt for value. You start analyzing deal after deal after deal, even once you can't buy. You're training your eye to spot the patterns. Months 7 to 9, you build your team and you present the math. You find partners, you pitch your best deals to investors, and you treat every single no as a lesson to make your deal better. And finally, months 10 to 12, you execute. You find that great deal, the capital shows up, and you get to work securing the asset, adding the value, and turning on the cash flow.
Okay, let's bring this all home. If you remember just one thing from everything we've talked about, I want it to be this. This is the fundamental shift in thinking that will completely rewire how you look at building wealth forever.
This is the ultimate truth. We started this whole thing by asking what the #1 barrier to wealth is, and everyone thinks it's a lack of money, but it's not. It never was. Money is the effect, not the cause. Money doesn't create opportunity. The right opportunity, when you can see it clearly and execute on it, creates its own money. The moment you truly understand that, you are no longer limited by your bank balance. You're only limited by your vision. So the real question is, are you training your eyes to see? This is the Brick by Brick channel, where we help beginners build wealth through real estate, one brick at a time. If you got value from this, hit the like and subscribe for weekly investor breakdowns.